We are learning more about the man who is accused of breaking into House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's house and attacking her husband. We're learning more about what he was up to in the years before that alleged attack on Paul Pelosi. KTVU's Evan Czernovsky was in the Richmond home, went to the Richmond home where DePape was living, and spoke with some of his neighbors. Evan.
That's right, Julie. Neighbors tell me DePape lived alone and mostly kept to himself. They say his political views started to become more extreme before the attack on Paul Pelosi.
Before he allegedly attacked Paul Pelosi last week with a hammer, David DePape lived in this garage on a quiet street in Richmond.
Something like this was gonna transpire.
We're all thinking, did we know him? How did we know him?
Neighbors described DePape as a loner who mostly kept to himself and spent a lot of time on his computer.
He was gravitating towards the new right talking point.
They say he rented the space in the garage and worked as a handyman, digging fence posts and building decks. Jen Molnar lived across the street from DePape and worked with him on job sites. He said DePape had increasingly radical beliefs before the attack.
I wasn't 100% surprised, but I also was a little bit saying, oh no, to myself, because I more or less knew this would happen.
Federal charging documents filed Monday. The FBI said DePape lived here for approximately 2 years. Neighbors said law enforcement blocked off the street on Saturday and searched the home. Inside the garage, investigators say they found 2 hammers, a sword, and gloves.
The whole thing is kind of mysterious. So we know just as little bit as anybody else.
Last week, I was at the home in Berkeley where DePape previously lived. He was married to a nudist activist, and they had 2 children before the family fell apart years ago. Julie?
Yeah, the more we learn, the more bizarre it seems to get. What stood out to you the most about when you asked neighbors about their thoughts about this whole thing?
What really jumped out is their description of this person who was kind of devolving mentally. He was by himself in that garage space. And one of the points I made there is he was spending a lot of time on his computer, which we hear about with a lot of these folks who become radicalized. They're by themselves. They're on the computer. They start to pick up some of these more extremist viewpoints. Julie?
All right, Evan Czernovsky talking with neighbors there. Thank you, Evan.